Welcome. This video is created for people that are experiencing chronic pain. It's a level 1 joint movement and stability sequence. My name is Melissa Bobbitt. I'd like to thank Northern Arizona Yoga Center for offering this space.
Hello, my name is Corey Moore Gibson. I'm a yoga therapist, and it's my pleasure to co-offer this class with Melissa and, of course, our lovely ladies who are participating in the class.
I'm Maggie.
I'm Joyce.
I'm Lavin.
We'll begin with our 3-part breath. We always like to begin a yoga sequence with the calming of the mind. So this, what we call Pranayama, or breath control practice, is to help slow down the mind, stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, and nourish the downward pathway for our nervous system. So we begin by closing our eyes and just feeling our own breath. And I invite you that are watching to close your eyes and notice your breath. Notice your posture. And we'll make some adjustments by maybe taking your feet, making sure they're parallel. Slightly pressing the feet into the floor, feeling the quads become active. We're softening the belly at this point of the practice and aligning our ears over our shoulders, or as close as we can get to that. And again, close the eyes. Find your breath. Our intention is just to remember the wellness inside. Throughout this whole practice, remembering the wellness inside of you. If you're new to this practice, I invite you to take your hands on your lower belly. And for some of us, it just is nourishing. Below the belly button. And on the inhale, you'll feel your belly move into your hands or forward, but even feel the space behind the body. And then exhale, squeeze your belly to your side. And do this just a few times. Inhale, belly bulging. Exhale, pull the belly in. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now keep the belly engaged. And if you're using the hands, take them to the outer lower ribs. So that on the inhale, we can feel the ribs expand front, back, and sides. And exhale, you just squeeze those ribs back together. Inhale, expansion of rib cage. Exhale, gently condense. And one on your own. And now if you're using the hands, you take your palms to the upper chest, collarbones. Otherwise, you just feel that area. And I'd like you all to imagine that there's a hand between your shoulder blades on the back body. So that as you inhale, you feel the lifting of the front and the back of your body, upper chest. And exhale, you feel the chest drop. And just a few times, watching this area of your body shape change with your breath. And now slowly let the hands float back down on your legs. Decide what you need today. Palms down feels more grounding, usually. And palms up can be receiving. Thumb and index fingers together can feel like a sealing energy. Release control now, if you haven't already, and notice the breath just moving, the effortlessness and the ease of your own breath. In the last portion of our practice, the intention is to iron out the wrinkles of your breath. Exhale, belly to side. Inhale, first feel the belly move. Secondly, the ribs. Lastly, the chest. And then exhale, squeeze the belly, feel the ribs condense, and the shoulders gently drop. But the spine remains long. Inhale again, feel all those three parts, belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, squeeze belly, condense ribs, air escapes. And now twice more on your own, ironing out the wrinkles of your breath. After the next exhale, once again, just let go. Watch the breath move on its own. Return to our intention, remembering that you are a state of well-being. And now greet each other in a very yogic way. You can keep your eyes closed. Bring your palms together, your thumbs on your sternum. Namaste. And slowly let the hands float down, and when you're ready to open your eyes, just gently open your eyes. We basically did seated mountain in the beginning, but we're going to break it down again. Part of the function of seated mountain is to really establish a good seating posture. In general, we might have a tendency to slouch forward and have the head forward. And over time, it's possible that creates chronic pain. So, we begin with our foundation. If you need to and it's more comfortable, you can scooch forward in your chair. So especially if you're back like this, you'll scooch to the forward part of your chair. Still wanting the bones and the buttocks on the chair. Now it's possible you'll need a prop. We have blocks. And the reason for this is we want the quads parallel to the ceiling. But notice Maggie's quads are actually not parallel to the ceiling. They're too high. So, in this case, you would use a blanket. So, in general, chronic back pain can be caused because your knees are too high if you're tall, or your feet are hanging off. And that's why, not just in this yoga class, but when you're sitting at home watching TV, you want to be thinking about these principles. So the feet are parallel and firmly grounded. Notice if you lift your toes and spread them, your arches become active. Keep that, but relax the toes as you press your feet into the floor. Quads are active, and the core we're going to engage. For this practice, you don't always have to have your core engaged when you're watching TV. But for this practice, we're really being conscious of our core. We lengthen from our hips to our armpits. We move our ears in line with our shoulders. And for some of us, it'll take time to get there. But the intention is that. Have the palms down and the head in line. And you choose a point. You can look at the floor, but still keeping the chin parallel to the floor. Or you can close your eyes. This is called a knee drishti, and can help with balance if you're really focusing on the alignment of your spine. And then you just feel your breath with the eyes closed. This is mountain, chair, mountain pose. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths, really being aware of the breath moving through the body as a primary focus.
float your eyes open and maintain the structural stability of your body. You bring your arms out, elbows bent, shoulders relaxed away from the ears, and please make a gentle fist. And begin to rotate your wrists in the same direction. Notice how it may take the mind a moment to adjust, but to see if you can keep your breath flowing and moving in the same direction with your wrists. Okay. And then when you feel ready, please move the opposite direction. The crackles and pops are okay, but if it's painful, just make it a little bit of a smaller rotation with your wrists. Okay. And you can gently relax the hands, and we'll move into the ankle rotations. So it's up to you whether you want to do both at the same time, but for our purposes today, you're just going to pick one foot up and extend that leg out. You may even want to scoot forward a little bit and bring the heel to the ground. And you point the toes and just begin to rotate the ankles one direction. It's like you're drawing a little circle with your toes. And make sure your breath is still flowing. Often when we focus, the breath stops. But yoga, and by definition, is body, mind, and breath united. And please move the opposite direction. Good. Place your hands under your knee. Gently guide that foot back. And then if you want to extend. And Melissa, would you please show what it would look like if you do both at the same time? Just extending both legs out, rotating in the same direction. Thank you. Nice big circles with the toes. You can hear crackles coming from over here, that's for sure. And then please rotate the other direction. Good. Place the hands underneath the knee, bring them back, and find that structural integrity of sitting maximum again. And for this next one, it's going to be really important that you bring the upper arm bones up, down, and back, slight lift of the sternum, and as much as you can, draw the chin back, lengthen the back of the neck. So on your inhale, you're going to gently lift your shoulders, and then exhale, feel the shoulder blades glide down the back. And remember, 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter, that's movement. So just be really gentle, inhaling up and exhaling down. And the most important thing here is to feel the movement of the shoulder blades down the back as you exhale down. Eyes can be open or closed, just really feeling this nice movement in the shoulder joint. Good. We'll do about 2 more. And then come back to center and just rest there for a moment. Good. So on your next inhale, you're going to choose a side. Eyes can be open or closed. Chin is parallel with the earth. And on your inhale, choose a side and just come to that side very slowly. And on your exhale, move to the other direction. Inhaling and exhaling to opposite directions. And feel the gentle stretch of the ligaments on either side of the neck. Maybe you can increase the mobility with each breath. Good. Even out your breath, and then please come back to center. Notice what you can feel in the neck and throat. And then please start your inhale with the other direction, inhaling and exhaling. Jaw is relaxed, and please keep the chin parallel with the ground. Soft. You can even smile. I love that. Finish that last breath and come back to center. And again, we'll get a little bit of a different type of movement in the neck. So on the inhale, just the neck is moving, lift the chin. And on the exhale, slowly draw the chin down towards the collarbones. Inhale, gentle lift. And the breath is the guide here. On the exhale, feel the gentle stretch on the back of the neck. Just moving in and out. And you may find in time with the breath that you're able to move a little deeper and deeper, but finding what is your edge, never going beyond. But we'll practice 2 more. When you're finished with your second one, just resting back to center, feeling that soft and steady sitting mountain. And maybe just peeking down at the feet, making sure that the ankles are stacked underneath the knees, making sure everything's really structurally sound there for this next one. Extend the arms out, palms down. And on the inhale, so arms are relatively straight here. On the inhale, it's a gentle lift of the sternum. And you're not lifting your chin too much. You just want to keep your head relaxed. On the exhale, gently round, moving from the base of the spine all the way up through the neck. Inhale, gently lift the sternum. Maybe look up a little bit. And exhale, gently round, tucking the chin, curving the back. Moving in and out. With each inhale, feel the feet rooting into the ground, grow those roots. And with each exhale, feel the heels rooting into the ground. And the movement of the entire spine. And we'll do about 4 more here. If it's ever too much when you're practicing, you just go ahead and stop. So everything that we do in this sequence is just a suggestion. You keep practicing until you found your edge, and then you come back to rest in sitting mountain. Face is soft, breathing a sense of ease into the body. And when you're finished with about 4, come back to center and rest. Maybe letting out a sense of integration in spine, body, and breath. So we live in Arizona, us folks over here, so we're going to do a little cactus arm. You're going to bring your arms out, relax the shoulders away from the ears, and make sure that your triceps, the bottom part of your arm, are about parallel with the earth. Good. Inhale to really expand, but you're not lifting the sternum too much. It's just an expansion of the upper chest. And on the exhale, feel the elbows and the palms move towards one another. Up to you how close you want to go. Inhale, gently open. Feel the stretch of the upper chest and the shoulders. And exhale, elbows and palms towards one another. And it's kind of fun to close the eyes here, just to picture with the mind's eye the elbows and the palms coming together at the same exact time. But of course, they don't have to come all the way together if that's not comfortable for you. And we'll practice about 2 more of these. And when you're finished with your second one, gently resting, floating the arms down, and resting there. And we'll move to the next one. And before we practice this one, I'd like to say if you have any nerve damage in the spine, especially the low back area, or radiculopathy, we'd like you to refrain from twisting. Those of you who have had fusions and other things going on in the spine, just feel free to practice, but really listen to your body. And we begin with the most gentle, maybe 10% of what you can actually do. And the breath is always the guide. So on your next inhale, you're welcome to go as deep into your twist as is comfortable for you. Just demonstrating to the audience how it feels to be in different bodies. So on the inhale, press into into the feet, lift and lengthen through the spine. And on the exhale, you're going to gently move the right hand towards the left thigh or knee and just peel open very gently that navel, rib, and chest. Inhale will lengthen the spine. And then exhale, perhaps find a deeper twist. And if you have a deeper twist in your practice and you'd like to take it now, please feel free. So there is no real still or static pose in yoga because we're always moving from the inside out with the breath. So with each inhale, lengthening the spine, and with each exhale, perhaps finding a deeper twist, even if it's subtle and there's no physical movement. Inhale through center, release, perhaps bring your palms together at your heart. Next inhale, lengthen the spine. And then this time, turning from the navel, you're just going to gently twist to the right. And same idea. And if it's ever too much pressure on the low back, any of these poses can be done by bringing the spine slightly forward, and that will relieve the pressure in the low back. Inhale is the lengthening. Exhale, deeper twist. Soften the jaw, relax the face. And slowly coming back to center, resting your palms together at your heart. So for this next one, we've got 3 different options for a forward fold. Forward folds help to create length between the vertebrae, and they help lubricate those little gel bodies in between the vertebrae. So it's really important to get that length and then to come back in and out. So for now, straighten the arms, place the palms down. Inhale, lift the sternum, ground into the feet. And then exhale, bend the elbows just slightly and come forward. Press the feet into the ground. Inhale, evenly lifting on left and right sides of the spine. Lift up. And we'll move in and out of this forward fold. The exhale brings you into the extension. And then the inhale lifts you back up. And we'll practice about 4 more of these before we show the next variation. Last one. And then those of you who are at home and this feels really good, please stay with this practice. If you'd like a little bit more, the next sort of level up would be to use a chair, which we're going to demonstrate with Miss Maggie. And so you place the chair in front of you. It can be a kitchen chair. It doesn't really have to be a folding chair like this one. And you bring it, just in front of the knees. Rest your forearms on the chair, and then go ahead and bring your forehead down. And just feel the gentle stretch on the low back. If you would like to go a little bit deeper, which we'll be demonstrating over here, you inhale to lift. And on the exhale, very slowly run the hands down the legs. Feet are on, legs are engaged. And then relax the head down. Make sure that the heels stay planted into the ground so that you're still supporting your low back as we move into the forward fold. Relax the neck completely, maybe let out a little sigh. And we'll take a few more breaths here. Good, rooting the feet into the ground. Slowly inhale, run the hands back up the legs. And place the hands in the lap. Resting here in sitting mountain for just a moment.
The next part of our sequence is working on standing. The one really important thing is how do you transition from sitting to standing? And in the beginning, you notice these don't have any side rails to press into. But what often we'll do is we'll use our chair to get up. And eventually we want to develop the core muscle or strength to not use anything. It will take time for some of us to evolve to that point. So the beginning stage, ladies, is to take your hands to your quads, engage your belly, press your feet into the floor. So you're really grounding down. And you just try to stand up with this assistance. Beautiful. To Tadasana. Same with sitting back down, you want to try to use your core. So we're in a Tadasana. Engage your belly. You can take your hands on your quads and slowly coming back to seated. Phase 2. So even if you need to use the side, if you have railing, you're still focusing on all those other concepts, feet, quads, core together. Ultimately, you want to not use your hands at all together. So pressing the feet into the floor, strong core, strong quads. Exhale, and then inhale to rise up. Beautiful. Now, standing Tadasana. We start with the feet parallel and as close to hip distance apart as possible. That basically means when your iliac crest bones descend, the second toes are there. Once again, spread the toes, press the four corners of the feet into the floor, relax the toes, engage the quads. Now, engage the core. One thing to do is move your belly button and pubic bone towards each other, and that can engage the core. Lengthen from your hips to your armpits. And then bring your palms forward. Shoulders in line with the ears. Chin parallel to the ceiling. Front of the throat visible to the front of the room. And you choose your drishti. You can close your eyes and notice what happens to your balance. You can go through that whole process again, grounding the feet, engaging the quads, engaging the core, lengthening the side body, ears and shoulders aligned. Tadasana mountain pose. We'll hold this for 5 breaths. And all of our breath is a different rate. So my 5 could be 3 or 10 of yours. But the next exhale, just open your eyes. And now we'll prepare for Shavasana, or reclining resting pose. Those of you that are doing the relaxing to greatness or yoga nidra, this is a beautiful way to set up. You'll notice Joyce has a bolster behind her knees. She has a blanket near her, on her sacrum, supporting her sacrum, a bolster to support her head and shoulders, and a blanket behind her head. And some of you may want 2 blankets behind your head. The idea is the whole body is relaxed and supported. You could be on your bed, you don't have to be on the floor or a recliner. Maggie has a blanket behind her head and a bolster behind her knees, and a lot of people that suffer from lower back pain, just having that bolster behind the knees is comforting and comfortable. You don't have to have any props, but these props are very useful for having the body as comfortable comfortable as possible, and that's the priority for this last pose. Eyes are closed. Separate the teeth. Feel the tongue widen, the eyes rest in their sockets. Feel a softening of the whole body. Release control of the breath completely. Feel the ankles, feet, and shins relax. The knees, thighs, and hips relax. Belly, chest, shoulders, arms relax. Neck, brain, and skull relax. The whole body is relaxed. Resting pose. Your practice can end whenever you're ready. Stay in this relaxed position